And welcome to Magic Pod Squad. This podcast is presented to you by the all-new Seltos SUV from Kia, official vehicle of the Orlando Magic. Give it everything. And for this edition, we are catching up with Michael Carter-Williams, who we have not seen in a month. And for me, Mike, I don't know about you, it has been way too long. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It has been too long ago, man. It's been a month. I've just been trying to keep busy.
Well, you usually have some sort of facial hair anyway, but you've got quite a bit of
Yeah,
growth there
yeah,
now.
I know. I'm looking a little rough right now. It's hard times inside the house.
Do you have any advice? Because I don't know what to do with this, Mike.
I mean, yours look cleaner, better than mine. I should be asking you for advice.
I feel like it's not full at all. Like, should it be full by now? Maybe it's because I'm 46 and I haven't hit puberty yet. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, Mike, I would ask you what you're doing to keep busy, but we have been enjoying your TikTok videos. These have been fantastic. What got into that, and how much fun are you having with these videos now?
To be honest, I've had TikTok for a while, like a really long time, almost like when it first came out, and I used to just mess around with it, and then like it wasn't really, that popular, and then I stopped doing them. And then I started making some just for fun. And I was trying to figure out like how to work it because I couldn't do it. And then I don't know, I would just send it to my family. Like my sister does it, my brother does. I would send it to my family and friends. And then they were like, you should post one. And I posted one. And then so I just started making more.
We've asked a bunch of guys, are they keeping in contact? What are you guys doing? And the first thing out of everybody's mouth is, yeah, Mike's got a new TikTok habit that he's trying out. Where do you get the inspiration for some of these bits, Mike?
Most of them are just like my favorite actors, movies. I'll see some and then I'll recreate some. I send it to the team too. We had a team group chat, so I sent them to the team, and they're all giving me help for it and everything. It's good. It gets them to laugh a little bit.
But they're pretty good.
The Denzel Washington ones were outstanding. I love to remember the Titans. So you have to. Are you looking at a monitor, or do you know the lines by heart?
Well, they're like it's short clips. Some of them are harder than others, but no, I just I just remember. I don't look at it or read off anything. I just try to remember it, and it just keeps replaying until I get it right.
That's great. 34, 35, 40,000 views, George. That's what I mean. People can't get enough of these things.
That's just like the Pod Squad. The Pod Squad has like
it will be now.
You said 34,000, right? You said not 34?
Correct. No, not by the thousand. So he has a much bigger reach. Well,
Yes.
what else have you been doing, Mike, with your spare time here? You got a lot of it, unfortunately, but what have you been up to?
I got a lot of equipment downstairs in my garage. So I've been, working out down there, just, on the bike, with weights. The team gave us some weights and stuff. So, I've been keeping in shape, trying to keep my body in shape, just trying to, it's nice to heal a little bit, from bumps and bruises too, and so my body feels great. Just trying to stay conditioned, especially just in case the, season comes back around, and reading TV shows, movies, everything on Netflix is done.
Did you get caught up? What stood out on Netflix?
Well, everyone's talking about the Tiger King. That was unreal.
Yes, it was.
I enjoyed that a lot. That was definitely we needed that.
We did need that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. What are you reading? Are you an avid reader anyway, or?
Yeah, I go through phases. Like I go through 4 or 5 months where I'm like not even watching TV. I'm reading, and then I get away from books a little bit. And I'll do the whole TV show, binge watch TV shows and stuff. But I finished up a book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. It was a really good one. I read the what is that? What is it called? There's a movie. It's a movie on Netflix. It's about the
Karate Kid?
No, it was the Irish guy, but he was in the Italian Mob. Irishman.
The Irishman.
Oh, The Irishman. Oh, yeah.
I read The Irishman,
Really good.
which was a lot better than the movie. It really got into detail of everything. So that was a really good book.
Very cool.
Now, Michael, when the season ended, there's arguably no hotter player on the Magic than you. I mean, you really had stepped up your game. The last game against Memphis, you actually had a season high in Minnesota and then another season high in Memphis. talk about the way the team was playing at the time and just the way everybody was contributing at that time that was going into the hot streak.
Yeah, I mean, we were rolling. Everybody was playing well. We had good vibes, and everyone was happy. Yeah, no, it was disappointing because we were like, dang, like everybody was playing well, we were doing well, and it was it was actually funny. We were all talking about like how like upset that the season was over, and everyone was like, man, like we were just winning, and like the only thing I said in the group chat was, yeah, and I was playing well. But like I was joking, of course. Like I made the whole thing about it. Just like, yeah, and I had 17 and then 20. And then, but no, everyone was we were disappointed. I mean, it is what it is. We're hoping that it comes back. We really still think we're in 8th now. I really still think we can creep up there. So yeah, it was playing. And we had Evan was out. So I mean we get him back, we get and keep rolling. I think we had a good chance of making a run in the playoffs.
It's interesting too, Mike. We were talking to Markel the other day, and I think about what he's been through the last 3 years. Now he's finally back, and then you have this. And you had battled some injuries, missed 20-some games, and then you played 23 straight. So you were back, you were playing great, and you were, like you just mentioned, you were on a roll. You kind of were in such a rhythm, Mike.
Yeah, it was. I felt good out there. I felt good. I felt like, when something clicks, you've been working really hard, and you have up, down, up moments, down moments, but I felt like everything just clicked all into one, and I was playing at a great pace. I was patient. I felt like everybody was just in a rhythm. You can feel it out there when everybody's playing off of each other. You're in right defensive rotations. We just found that. We kind of found that niche, and yeah, it's disappointing that the season had to be over.
So once all this started, we got a lot of media requests for you guys here and there, and one of the ones I first got right away was from Zach Lowe with ESPN. And he wanted to include you in his column that he does every year, which is called the Luke Walton All-Stars, which basically it's, guys that maybe don't necessarily have, all of the spotlight on them, but are really contributing to their teams. And you were included on that, Michael. How did that make you feel?
I was happy about it. It was great to be, recognized by Zach in the article. I was happy. It brought me a lot of joy. So, and I work hard. I go out there, I give it my all, and sometimes it's not always recognized, which comes with the game, and it's nice to be recognized sometimes.
But how for you even said, I think it's the first line of your paragraph, you said nobody in the NBA, it's hard to say that anybody in the NBA has had a career like mine. And when you think about your career, you start off with Rookie of the Year, and then you just it's almost a battle from there. It's true. I mean, you've had quite a bit of just ups and downs in your whole career.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone through a lot. I've been traded, I've had injuries, I've had surgeries. I've had positions where I'm on a team and I'm not comfortable with it yet. I've missed training camps. I've had to mentally, push through a lot. So, yeah, it's been a ride. It's been a long ride, and I think I'm on the uphill now. My body feels the best it's ever been. My game feels like, a lot of people talk about my rookie year, and I strongly believe that, now I'm a better player than I was then. The numbers may not show that, but I got a different role. I'm in a different position. I'm a different, I'm just a different player, but I think I'm more valuable, now than I, was back then.
Well, I think in the time you've been here, I think you've gotten some sense of how valuable you've been to this team. Obviously, the end of last year was critical, and then finding your way again this year. But what's changed, do you think? I mean, you've been consistent with your jumper. You've always been able to attack, absorb contact, get to the free throw line. And, Steve Clifford can't talk enough about your defense, especially pick and roll defense. So what is it in particular that you just seem to have found, or what was your rhythm right now?
I think it's a lot of things. I think one, it's the work I've been doing. Bruce has really helped me out. I've got with him. I get with him every single day. And I've made sure I am diligent with that. And same thing with my body. Every single day I'm doing something. I think I found what my body needs to feel 100%. Each game. And so I stick to that. I don't try to get outside of that, or, I used to think that like, oh, I just need a rest. My body hurts, I need a rest. But now I'm more active recovery, just trying to check off all the boxes. So when I come into the game, I feel confident. You know what I mean? I just, this past week, I've made X amount of shots. I've lifted X amount of times. My body feels great. Now I'm going into the game, with super high confidence. And I like that feeling. So, I chase that, and it's brought me success.
What is it about Bruce Kreutzer, though, Michael? Because you touched on it, and you're not the first guy that I've heard say, well, I just spent some time with Bruce. And is he the shot doctor? Like, tell me a little bit about what Bruce does and how he gets you guys shooting so well.
Yeah, I mean, he's great. Bruce is unreal. I think some of the biggest things with Bruce is not only is he great, with mechanics, but you kind of can't teach the person he is and the vibe that he gives off, and it makes you feel comfortable, and it makes you feel like he gives you confidence without like him having to like talk your brain off or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just something about him. He just has an aura to him where, he makes you feel comfortable, like I said. And then of course the technique stuff he's great with. I mean, he gets your feet right. He gets your pace to your shot right. All things that, probably, most people know. He just does a good job of putting it together.
You tell a great story, Mike, about a prank that you played in Philadelphia when you were with the Sixers. Have you done anything since you came to Orlando? Have you gotten any of the young guys with the Magic, or are you still?
Or are you exposed now? Are you exposed as a prank?
Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit exposed. But we didn't have our rookie. Our only rookie was hurt, so we didn't have really. He wasn't traveling with us or anything. We had no rookies, so I gotta wait. But I definitely will come up with some stuff for sure.
Well, just touch on the dynamic in the locker room. I know even if it's not pulling pranks, it seems to be a good-natured group, Mike. At least from what we could tell, you guys all seem to get along well, and you all take shots from DJ just the same as everybody. What is the dynamic like between you guys in the locker room?
It's good. We got a good group of guys, man, and it's a lot of people on our team. They've been on Orlando for a little while, or they haven't been on any other team. Because they're young, so they don't really know what it's like to play in a locker room that's not necessarily all together, and so it's definitely a good vibe. Everybody likes each other. Everybody's joking around and having fun. But if there is a prank going to be played, I'm going to get blamed for it anyway. So no matter who does it, so somebody else.
Well, you might as well do it then. If you're going to,
might as well do it.
Might as well do it.
Take the credit with it.
Yep.
I mean, you could just take the youngest. You could just go after Melvin or Wes or one of the younger guys anyway.
Or Dante. You could do it on Dante. It'd be fine.
Go after me. That's right.
Mike, we're asking the guys, if you had to be stranded, if you were stuck in a quarantine you had to pick 3 of your teammates, who would it be?
Stuck in a quarantine.
Yeah, if you were stuck in a quarantine like now, and it was 3 of your teammates, who would you be stuck with?
That's tough.
You can say none of them, and I would understand.
I would definitely go with none of them, because being in the same place with anyone in for a month is hard. Yeah. But now, if I had to pick 3 teammates, I'll probably choose Markel, J.I., because J.I., he'll make sure I get my faith in and keep my faith up. So. And probably DJ. Just he's a funny dude. He can play jokes on DJ all the time. So
you got to keep it light. I'm motivated every time I hear Jonathan Isaac talk. Is it the same for you guys?
I commented on his page the other day. I'm like, yeah. I was saying, I commented on his thing the other day. I was like, man, your pronunciation is great. Like just like on his the videos when he's praying and he's talking and he's preaching. Yeah, it's great to have someone like him. He's good. But it's great to have someone like him, man. He definitely is a motivated guy, deep in his faith. People mess with him sometimes about it. It's not joking about faith, but how he is, and it's good. It's good for all of us. I think at times when, things get deep and you start to, the season start to get get to you a little bit, he's always there to, you know, kind of lift your spirits up.
Yeah, but somebody else that's there for the Magic and the Central Florida community, Michael, was you. You were one of the first guys to step up and pledge some money to the arena workers that weren't going to get their paychecks because of the stoppages. Talk about that and what inspired you guys to do that.
No, I think it was important. I think Vooch brought it to the table to our group chat, and you know, yeah, I was all with it. It's important that, you know, people struggle, and it's an unfortunate time for everybody. So, you know, if we can help out, you know, I mean, I think it's, you know, kind of a no-brainer, you know.
Well, I got to ask you, Mike, how's the family holding up? And I know you got a brother playing basketball at Creighton, and how's he doing? His season was halted like everybody else's, but how's he holding up, and how's the family doing?
He's doing great. Family's doing well. You know, all my brothers and sisters are doing well. They're at the house, and, you know, they're doing what they can to stay in shape. He's doing well. Marcus is doing well. He's disappointed the season's over. He was really looking forward to going into, you know, the Big East tournament and March Madness and stuff. So, yeah, he's doing well.
How much does he pick your brain, and how nice is that to have someone that's kind of been there and paving the way for him a little bit, just to get some advice from you?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've always given him advice since he was young. You know, we've always been together. You know, I give all my siblings advice, and it's good that I've, you know, am able to tell him, you know, kind of what I went through. You know, he's definitely learned from it. I try to teach him. You know, I always say that, you know, when I was a rookie, you know, I wish I had guys that were there, you know, really old veterans that were there to kind of teach me what it's like to take care of your body and what it's like to work and, you know, to get better. And so I try to, you know, instill that in him at such a young age. And he already has such a great work ethic. You can't get him out the gym. It's definitely nice to, you know, have myself been through that for him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Well, we got a couple of games here for you real quick, right? So I know you're active on Instagram, right? So we've got some Instagram accounts, right? You got to tell us who this is, right? We're going to throw some pictures up here and tell us which Instagram account we pulled this off of. All right. So we'll start. I know you. Who is this? Whose Instagram account is this?
If I were to guess, it'd probably be Evan's.
That's a good guess.
That one has not been hard for anybody. Everybody seems. What sets this one off that you know it's Evan?
The store. Look at him. He looks like he belongs there.
That's true.
Has he made you take any of these pictures? He loves these pictures.
Oh, he loves them. He loves them. Yeah. He loves them. He's never made me take any of them.
That's good. How about this one, Mike? Who's shooting that ball right onto Central Boulevard right there?
Right on top of the view.
Is it T. Ross?
That's what I thought it was, but it's Aaron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have knew that.
AG.
That's a tough one. How about this one? Who's this? In his youth. I'll tell you, it's in his youth.
Obviously, yep.
I hope it's DJ.
Because otherwise, that's.
I hope it's DJ right now.
Otherwise, the Dutch Wonderland Queen is like 6'5".
No.
That is Mo Bamba.
That is one happy Mo Bamba right there.
All right, one more. We'll do one more. How about this one?
That's Al Farouk Aminu.
That is Al Farouk. I don't know where he got that painting though. That is an interesting painting.
You know, we don't know much about Chief. What have you learned? I know it's your first year playing with him too, but what can you tell us about Al Farouk? Unfortunately, we lost him for the year so early at the end of November. But what kind of guy is he, and what's he meant to you?
He's actually a funny dude. I mean, I knew Chief for like, it's weird. I was in like it's like an Instagram group chat thing kind of, okay. And it was me, Evan Turner. It was a lot of Portland guys. It was like me, Evan Turner, Al Farouk. This is before he came to Orlando, so I start to, you know, get to know him through there a little bit. But he's a funny dude. He's into boxing like me. He likes to watch. Yeah, him and DJ go at it a lot. He always blames DJ if, you know, someone else, like if one of the young guys isn't doing what they're supposed to do, he'll look at DJ and he'll be like, "This is what you've been teaching him?" Like, he just blames DJ for everything. So he's a good dude. I like Al Farouk a lot.
You mentioned the boxing. Like you're really into boxing and MMA, right, Mike?
Yeah.
But now, did you watch the Tyson, the Fury Wilder fight?
Yeah. Chiefy actually came over and watched it with us.
Okay, well, what's your analysis of that fight?
Man, I mean, Fury just brought it to him, man. I don't know what it was. Wilder didn't look the same. He didn't look the same, but I think that it was the first. I think he realized the first time it's like, okay, I can't just go in here and just throw one shot and and just knock this dude out. I think the next time around they're gonna fight again. They had a rematch clause, and he already,
Right.
they already confirmed the fight. So I think next time around he's gonna come in with a better, a little bit better game plan. I just wish that he would switch trainers. That's all.
So what's the story there with the trainer?
Yeah, he could get himself.
I think he's just been with the same guys his whole life, and it's worked for him. He just doesn't. His arsenal isn't broad. It's just I don't know.
I'm only asking because I'm only asking because there's a guy on this podcast right now that's a little disappointed that Wilder lost. It's me. I was very upset. I was very upset.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I went into that thing thinking it was going to be all Wilder all the time, and I left the night.
You get caught up in that, but it never. Those guys they always take their loss at some point. Just
what's interesting, you were too young for this, but I remember Mike. For me, it was Mike Tyson. As far as can't miss boxing, it was watching him and a fellow New Englander, Hurricane Peter McNeely, ran right into 3 straight right hooks.
That's one of the funny.
Remember that? But that was can't miss. The local guy was gonna do. Was there anybody that was can't miss for you, or did you go back and watch those old Tyson?
No, yeah, I watched a ton of Tyson, ton of his old fights. Wilder, I think Wilder was he was can't miss. I think he's can't miss for a while. He's going for the knockout, so you always want to see that. It's actually funny you brought up the Tyson thing. I actually saw a clip of that fight that you were just talking about, and at the end, the other guy was like, the guy from Mass. He was talking to his wife, and he was like, "I did it, like I made it, like after the fight, like he survived the fight, like it was I've never seen before either." I was like, "Whoa!" Like
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
He sprinted out of the corner, sprinted right in.
Right at Tyson. Yeah.
You don't do that. That's a mistake.
Yeah, that was
not in the scouting report.
No.
Hopefully they can do that. That sounds like something UFC. They may be able to work something out to try to get.
They had an event planned for the 18th, and then they canceled it. They just canceled it. Dana White was trying to do something, and then canceled it.
All right. Well, take a look at these jerseys. Okay, we got one more game for you here.
All right.
All the jerseys in Magic history, we've got them numbered, and you can only pick 3. So it's interesting. Guys have different tastes, as you well know, and we've kind of run the gamut on these. But you can only pick 3. If you see the numbers there, which ones are you going with?
I'm definitely going with 25.
All right, that's the first one here. This one on the top corner.
Yeah, sorry, number 1.
Okay.
Yep, gotcha.
I think I'm going to go with 1, 2.
Those classic ones are just nice.
I love the classic ones. And 11. I like 11. 10. Yeah, I'll go with 10.
10 with the space theme.
Okay,
yeah, I like the space.
Okay. Well, what do we have to do to get the classics just to be our jerseys again? Can we
I don't know.
that?
I don't know. A couple teams. Like, why wouldn't Toronto have wear jerseys like those?
I think you guys all collectively just need to go up to Alex Martin's office and say, "This is what we want." That would get it done. Just all the classic jerseys. Can we do that?
Yeah, or at least give us a season or something.
All right, now listen. Couple quick hitters for you. What's the number one snack that you find yourself you can't get away from? Because we're all binge eating right now. Is there a snack you found yourself diving into?
Well, it's probably not a good healthy snack, but I recently, like a month ago, I tried they're snakes. They're one like they're attached. There's 2 snakes and they're attached to each other. One is sour, and one is sweet, and it's like they're amazing. But I gotta say,
we won't tell Zach and Nate.
Don't tell anybody.
That's okay. That's all right.
Don't tell anybody. You've been watching a lot of TV. What's the worst thing you watched?
Black Lightning.
Oh yeah.
Easily the worst thing I've watched.
Just a rough one. Why? Tell us.
It's sad because I'm all for like black superheroes and everything, but it's just really bad. It's not that bad until he starts to fight people. Then it's like, I can't even watch this.
Not a good setup.
No.
I just got caught up on every Marvel movie. I just watched Endgame to close it out. They did a pretty good job with those, didn't they?
Yeah, I love those movies.
I can't believe Black Lightning wasn't on the Avengers.
And I'm sure there's a good reason for that.
Sounds like that's not going to happen now either. Oh man, what do you miss the most? What do you miss the most? Obviously, you miss the game of basketball, but what do you miss the most about being able to leave your house and just conduct your normal life?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, besides the seeing my family, the essential things, but just going out to a restaurant, going to eat.
Yeah,
that's what I miss. Like, I just want to get dressed and go.
I don't want to get dressed. I'm good in a t-shirt and shorts forever. That's it. I'm done.
You're fine with that, aren't you?
Yep, I'm good. I'm not going to shave anymore.
You're fine.
Maybe I'll comb my hair. It'll be fine.
All right. Well, listen, I guess the last thing I'll ask you, Mike, is that, we miss seeing you. We miss playing games. What's the feedback been from fans? How much are you missing putting on, performing, being in NBA arenas? And I'm sure you're feeling the love from fans who miss watching the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the support. I hear everybody. I try to get back to people, here and there. And, we miss it just as much as everybody else. And we can't wait to get back out there. The longer we wait, I just think is, the sweeter it is when we get back.
No, well said. What's our next TikTok? Can we get a preview?
Let me see.
You got one in the draft? You have one in the drafts folder there?
Oh, yes.
Let me see.
I only know about that.
I might do a little Eddie Murphy and then another scene from Bad Boys.
Nice.
I like it. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. All right.
But I just figured out how to like for a lot of my things that I use are like sample clips that other people have used, and I just take the sound and make my own video. But now I know how to put my whatever I want, like my own sound. So now my scale just brought for that. Oh man, like I can do anything now.
We're looking forward to big things coming then. This is
exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this out, George. You won't get on there, but I'm gonna look.
No, I'm on there because my son is on there, so I have to see what's happening out there.
It's really fun. Like if my brothers, sisters, and parents were here and everybody, I would do so many TikToks with them too, and it just gives you something to do. It's funny.
Yeah, he came up with something the other day. There was a video that came on my phone. It said, "Oh, your son has posted a video," and I've seen a lot of them because a lot of them are the same. They all put out the same stuff. And then he did one where he got all his friends to put a phone inside of a drawer and like wave goodbye. And it's like 9 of them, and it just looks like it's the same phone. It was pretty cool. I go, "Where did you come up with that idea?" He goes, "I don't know. He's like, I'm bored. I'm coming up with stuff to do." I thought it was cool.
Well, it's nice because we don't have to. We can watch that. We don't have to talk about Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers. So that's nice. We don't have to get into all that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, be safe, be well. Thanks for taking some time with us, and hopefully, let's get back out on the court soon. Okay,
absolutely, man. Thank you guys for having me.